We all know what it's like at the start of the season. The sun is out and we have a brand new set of golf clubs in our bag. That's exactly what I've got today, but I need to figure out exactly what I can do with them. And that's where maybe it's not here we should be, it maybe should be here. But just like everybody else, before I get there, I want to have a few shots out here with them. So if you've got a brand new driver, some brand new irons, some brand new wedges, maybe even a brand new putter, then we all can't wait to use them because we're all hoping to hit more shots, just like this one. A nice bullet draw straight up that fairway, because that's what we think new golf clubs do. But how far are these golf clubs going? That's what we don't know. And guys, if you're new to this channel, then welcome to this YouTube channel. If you want to hit that subscribe button and join us on the journey to 50,000, that will be great. And guys, if you're a regular viewer of the channel, I hope you're enjoying the content with myself and mid-handicap Dave. But I have a full new set of golf clubs which we're going to talk through shortly, but then we need to figure out how far these go. And luckily, Dave has been sent a new toy. Unfortunately, it was sent to my house, and we're going to be using it on the channel a lot in coming weeks, coming months, so we know exactly how far shots are going, what is the right club for him, what is the right golf ball, what should he be doing, or what we need to work on. Let's get talking about them. So we all know these are the first new addition in my golf bag this year. So we have the Chrck irons, the JCB cut irons that I have had fitted at SGGT. So being fitted for the Axiom Fujikura 105X shaft. So this has been put together, but the first thing, yes, we want to get them out on the golf course, but we need to know exactly how far these clubs are going. And we do have something else new that's going to be on the channel for the foreseeable, which is a Golfjoy GDS Pro launch monitor. So you will see on screen how many points of data we can get. We can get 27 points of data. And the main thing we've added this for to the channel is to get numbers just like this. We need to know exactly how far these clubs are going, and we also need to know how far Dave's hitting clubs. But this portable launch monitor we can take out on the golf course. We can figure out maybe why I might be miss-hitting shots on certain tee boxes, why Dave might be miss-hitting certain shots, but also what's the best clubs that we should have in the bag and how far are they going. And like I said there, I'm going to start with my pitching wedge. So I'm going to hit 3 shots here, and we're going to start to see how far it really goes. Because how many times I see people get new clubs, they're not sure how far they go out onto the golf course, and we have no real idea, we have no control. Straight away there, 127 yards carry, 131 or 32 total. So straight away there, this is how far this club can go max. If I put a normal standard golf swing on this, how far is this going to go? And the main number on screen is that bottom number, so is the carry. We want to know how far your clubs carry so we can get you onto the green, over trouble, and lowering those scores. Another good strike there, 2 solid strikes. Let's see what this one goes. 127 going 132. So straight away there we can start to see that I have some rarity, consistency. So we know this club so far is 127 yards carry for me, and it will stop within normally 5 yards. So one more. Again, a little bit of lower launch there. Maybe this will carry a little bit further, will it? Yep, turned it over a little bit, gone 133, going 138. So this is one that is a prime example there on screen. I've pulled that a little bit and it suddenly jumped up 5 yards further carry and 5 yards further total. It's a good number to know, because again, that's something where if I get that on the golf course, I know, okay, if there's trouble at the back, if there's water left, then I might drop down to my 9-iron and try and swing a little bit smoother and control one in there. But if we now have a look again using this on the data, we will start to see an average of those shots. So on screen now you can see that on average 129 going 134, but after those shots I know roughly a good one should carry around about 127, so I'd probably play it 125 to be on the safe side. Spin up at 9,340, so very consistent with the spin, consistent with the ball speed, so you can see there that I know exactly how far this club is going to go. And if we look at those ball flights, we can start to see that very consistent there. Average deviation 9.9 yards, because I did pull that one slightly left that went a little bit further. But what we need to do now is we need to change that club and we need to go to an 8 iron and start to see how far that goes. Again, for me, if I grab my 8 iron now, I normally play my 8 iron as a 160 number. So it'll be very interesting out here today. How far will that go? And guys, this is where you could potentially go and see your local professional before the season starts. Ask for a gapping session. If you've got new clubs, if you bought clubs online, if you bought them from eBay, Facebook, if you've been fitted for clubs, then even so, you might just want to check, because if you've been having lessons, you've been working on things, you're hitting it a little bit better, let's know exactly how far those clubs are going for when we get out into those qualifying competitions. So a nice launch there. Let's see what that goes. So 160 would be my normal one there. 150, so a little bit down, so interesting there. Not going as far potentially. Again, did that slightly hit off the toe? Maybe. Let's start to see. This is where we take an average and see what we're getting. So better strike there. Let's see where that's gone. A little draw down there, and that's more towards where I would play it. Just under a 160 carry, going just under 165. So very interesting there. This is where you have to think there. Okay, a missed strike, very interesting with these clubs. That did lose around about 10 yards. And this is where you have to know with your clubs, if you do miss strike them, how much difference is there, because you might be using some game improvement irons and they might be better for you, because obviously you might not lose as much distance from those off-centered hits. Again there, a better strike, let's see, 160 carry, just going over 165. So very interesting there, one missed strike, two good ones again. But let's look at those numbers. So straight away there, when we start to look at those numbers, we are seeing that we have 156 on average carry, 162, which is pretty much what I would play it out there. 7,000 spin, which is what we start to expect when we go to an 8 iron. It used to be 8,000. We're now looking that it's down in the 7,000s. We can see, again, average ball speed, pretty consistent. The second one I hit was certainly struck straight out of the middle, so that ball speed did jump up. And then we look at that. Consistently, a little left of my target, which has been something I've been working on. I've ended up going from always being a fader in my life to maybe just having a little bit of an overdraw and just being left of target. Average deviation of 11, and these are all things that we are potentially going to work on this year. Can I get that a little bit better? Can I improve on that? And maybe what does Dave need to improve on? Because that's what we want to know. Has he got the right setup for him? Can he improve that? Can he get more consistent? Let's now come in with that 6 iron. So 6 iron again, I'm looking around about a 180 number. So let's see what we get from 3 shots. Straight away there, a good strike, I'm happy with that. Although it is showing a little bit left on there. I think the machine has just moved, but 183 carry going 194, so straight away exactly the numbers I would expect, around about a 180 carry. Let's see. So again, good strike, nice towering ball flight there. Is it a little bit down the left? 193 carry going to 209, so again I couldn't strike that any better, so very interesting there. that has jumped up potentially a little bit. So we saw from the 8 iron that was getting around about 160 carry. So then jumping up here from an 8 iron, we know the 7 iron will be around about in between, so we'll be looking around about 175. And then we've got this at 190. So at the top end of your bag, you might see a bigger gap, so it might be 15 yards rather than the 10 that often gets mentioned. Right, interesting there, because that is a total miss strike. What do I lose? Very interesting there. I've not lost a lot either, at all even. 187 as you'll see on screen, running out to 203. So that's something certainly I'd be more than happy with. If we look at those numbers again, let's look at averages. So we can see on average 187 going around about 202. 5,400 spin on average. Again, that last one was very low, so 4,000 spin. The well-struck one was 7,000, and then we had one at 5,300. So certainly an area where I could probably look to improve on. So straight away there we've got deviation of 31.1, and this is really interesting there, where I would say I'm pretty confident with a 6 iron, but have I practiced enough in the winter on these longer irons? Probably not. We can start to see there where there might be some room for improvement. But let's go to 4 iron now and start to see, should this be in the bag? Can I be consistent before we jump in to a new wood? So 4 iron, like everybody, is always a talking point in your golf bag. Should you have a 4 iron in? Should you have a hybrid? That's a big question that we all have this time of the year. With a nice launch and a good strike like that, I think a 4 iron could potentially stay in there. Just under 200 yards carry, going 210. So we have to think there, obviously, back to how does that fit in with the 6 iron. We know the 6 iron was carrying around a 187. This is only carrying 197 from that strike. So has it potentially weakened? So a better strike there, a better launch, although it's showing it's out to the right. Let's see, 210 carry, going 225, that's more the number that I would play with my 4 iron. So first one, again, is that down to that little bit of an off strike that you don't feel with these irons, because these irons feel fantastic, but maybe they don't give me that feedback potentially of why that one hasn't gone as far. So let's see one more now. And again, a good launch on that one. Let's see, 210, running out to nearly 230. So exactly the numbers that I would more be expecting from there, or I would more expect from there. So on average, 206 carry, 220. That's with a poor strike that carried nearly 14 yards shorter. Spin on average, 3,700. I'd be more than happy with that. And if we look at the chart, again, I believe a slight move in the Golfjoy or my ball position has made that look worse than it is. I would say there wasn't much distance in between those. Very interesting spin numbers there, but let's now talk about that new wood. So if you're a regular viewer of the channel, guys, you will know we do have this Carbon Wilson Dynapower 3 wood in the bag. We have altered it, we have changed that loft, we have made it a 4 wood, but how far is this going to go? Inside we was getting between 250 and 260, but what will the Golfjoy GDS Plus say? So 230 running out to 244. So again, not the best of strikes, and this is where this wood for me has been exceptionally forgiving. Yes, it's the carbon, yes, it's not the max range, but I'm getting some nice consistency out of that. So there, not a great strike, still perform well. So a good strike there. So a real shame there, I couldn't have hit that one any better, but I was out of the range with the launch monitor. So let's see if we can repeat. Okay, a little bit low on the face. That'll be very interesting to see the carry there. Again, 224 going 245, and this is why I've been so impressed with this wood so far, because even a poor strike, we've not got too much in deviation, but we've certainly seen we're still getting out there, even from not the best of strikes. One more here. I couldn't hit that much better, so how much difference is in that one there? 230 right up to that 260 number. So off-centre strikes, incredibly good. A good strike there, straight back up to that 260 number. If we have a look at that, on average 230 going 250, a perfect club for my bag. Spin on average 2,694, so a little bit down if anything on there. And then we can see deviation, we can see a consistent ball flight, one that launched a little bit lower, which was low on the face. Average deviation 23.8. so these guys are all things that we will come back to, but let's see, if I know my numbers now and I know how far that 6-iron should go, how will it do on this par 3? So now we know those distances, how's that going to fare outside? We have the perfect distance here for a 6-iron on the 11th hole here at Chrck, and you can see by the flyovers, we don't want to be short. There are bunkers in front of that green, but will it help me hit it closer and lower those scores? Straight away there, a good flight, exactly what I saw on the range. And that looks to be pin high, a little bit to the right of the flag, I do have to say, but we can only see by the launch monitor that we're going to be able to get the distance numbers. I have to work on that face control myself. Let's go again now, let's see if I can get this one a little bit closer. Again, we know by obviously stats, if I hit one more green in regulation, by the stats that should bring us down on strokes average gained 1 shot per round. So again, if that's going to help you, you hit a few more greens, you maybe hit 3 more greens. If that's 3 shots off your scores, we're getting those down. And that's what we need with Dave. We need 4 shots off his handicap to get to single figures. So that's a much better launch. That is straight at the flag, and we will get up there and see where they are. But you can see straight away, 2 greens hit. I know my numbers now, I can trust the club. Before, I might have gone wrong. And how many times do people get new clubs and it's obviously not them who don't know the numbers, it's obviously there's something wrong with these. So guys, a massive thank you to Golfjoy for sending this device out for mid-handicap Dave to put through the paces. Who'd have thought he would be the man to test this? But again, price point is something that they are very proud of. £3,999 for this launch monitor, 27 points of data, and this is why Dave potentially was their man, because Dave's one of those guys, and just like everybody, we don't want to overspend for something. Will it perform well? Mainly for me, I'm hoping that it will add to the channel, guys, and add to your experience. You'll get live data on there, off tee shots, off driving ranges, and with Dave on all the latest equipment for you to be able to decide what kind of products that you want to buy. So again, a massive thank you to the guys at Golfjoy. Plenty of things for us to go through on the app, all different tests, all different numbers we can get, and hopefully that's going to add to your experience, guys. But what products are you thinking to buy? Are you somebody who's going to make sure that you are testing your numbers just like we have here today? Because after all, we want you to make sure you hit your clubs the right distance, you know how far they're going, so you can lower your scores. Guys, hopefully you're enjoying the content. Smash that subscribe button if you are, and we'll see you again with Mid Handicap Dave very soon.